You're listening to Off the Vine with Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Hey, Vinos, real quick, if you are listening right now, which obviously you are or you wouldn't be hearing this, can you hit the subscribe or follow button on whatever platform you're on? Please. That one simple thing helps more than you even realize. It allows me to keep growing on this podcast and making these episodes the best they can possibly be, obviously for you. That's the only favor I'm going to ever ask, okay? It truly means the world to me. Thank you. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Vine. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe, and today we have the lovebirds in the house. I'm glad you both came, Chris and Lauren Lane, and we talk all about your album that's coming out June 20th. We talk about what parenting is like and how there's baby number 3 on the way. Who's the good cop? Who's the bad cop? We talk about it all. So enjoy our conversation. I'm so hyped to have you both here. This is so exciting. You have new music coming out. Yes, you have new baby coming out. That's so exciting.
We just found out it's not mine though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a little awkward.
Hopefully it's your twins and then it still looks like
That was good. That was good.
Thanks. We're going to talk about your music, but first I do want to talk about baby number 3 because first of all, it's my dream to have 3 children. It'll never happen for me because I'm 40 in like 10 days. And
really? He's 40?
I did freeze my eggs, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
You're 40 already?
I just
Plus
turned 40.
twins, you can knock 2 out at the same time.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend Jen told me, she's like, just so you know, the older you get, the more chances you have of getting twins. And I was thinking about you. You're still young though. How old are you?
How old am I?
35.
35.
Oh, is that considered geriatric pregnancy at 35?
My doctor didn't say one or the other, so I don't actually know. I haven't been more frequently, so.
What's a geriatric pregnancy?
It basically making
Like
us
higher
feel
risk,
older than
maybe?
we should because your body's supposed to make a baby in like your early 20s. And I
Yeah.
think the older you get, the less eggs, the more this complications.
Yeah.
But I think at 35, it's like a geriatric.
Technically, I think you're right.
Which
But
is
yeah,
so
nothing
funny.
has been different so far. So I actually don't know the answer to that. But she did tell me at my last appointment, because I was telling her how rough this pregnancy has been.
Oh, no.
It's been by far the worst
It's
one.
a girl then. It's definitely a girl then if it's a real pregnancy. Okay, go on.
It's been by far the worst. Although every pregnancy has been bad. And she kind of echoed the fact that a lot of the time pregnancies get worse
Really?
as you go on, which to me is counterintuitive. You'd think they would get
Yeah, you'd
easier.
think
Like
it
your
would get
body's
Yeah, no
done it
kidding.
before.
Your body's like, here we go again.
Yeah. But she said, no, oftentimes they get worse. And so I was like, well, maybe it's just because I'm like getting older kind of thing. And she was like, I'm not going to like argue with you on that one. But
Oh,
she was
great.
like,
I'm really going to feel like shit then.
but she was like, if it makes you feel any better, I have a 52-year-old right now who's pregnant.
Oh, my God. Well, I think about like
Wow.
Janet
Yeah.
Jackson was 55.
Yeah. So I would
She's
not
also
feel
a beast, but
don't let I feel like you're technically still young, like truly, like
yeah. I mean,
don't know.
hopefully in the next couple of years. I don't know. I just keep talking about it. Like 5 years ago, I didn't even think I was going to have children. And now I'm like, I think I really do be wanting kids.
and then you want 3 kids, which
And then
is a lot.
Did you want 3 kids? What was the exact words when you found out you were pregnant? Were you like, because you know that when you have sex, that creates a baby.
We didn't know that at the time.
Yeah. Were you like, do you watch your cycles? Like you knew where you were at?
So I track my cycles, but I kind of fell off the wagon with doing the temperature thing, which is a very important piece because obviously like our bodies tend to be linked up in a cycle, but the cycle can still differ like a few days here and there.
Yeah.
And I was not taking my temperature or wearing my Oura ring like I had been or should have been. But I did ovulate like significantly
done on
earlier.
purpose, though.
No, I can't control what?
Did you guys want a third?
We were like,
I think we kind of differ a little bit in the sense of Lauren, yes, 100%. I
No,
mean, she
I
grew
would
up
not-
with,
no, no,
she
no,
grew up
no.
with 4
Yeah, you have-
siblings.
I did not 100% want a third though. I was just like, I didn't know either way. Because so many people are like, you will know because you'll feel like either someone's missing. I didn't feel that.
Yeah.
Or you will feel complete. I also didn't necessarily feel that. So I truly was like, I don't know. Whereas he was like, no, we're good
I was
with 2.
good with 2. I mean, it's WWE in our house all day, every day.
Yeah,
at
you're
this
now
It's a little
going to be
chaotic.
officially outnumbered, and it's going to be But if you're okay, do you know? I know you're not sharing the sex of the baby, but do you know?
We do know the
Oh, how
the sex.
exciting.
When was that? A couple of weeks ago?
Are you just going to announce when it's born, or
No, I think we'll do it before that.
yeah?
Because I feel like otherwise I'll accidentally say or something.
Did you do a gender reveal, and then now you're like, when do I post it?
We did it, yes, like with the boys. More so just because we wanted
Oh, I saw
to-
the boys ones. Yeah.
Or like we did a gender reveal for this baby with just us two and the boys. My
Oh, I
assistant
see. Yeah, yeah.
Callan, who's
Yeah.
wonderful, she like got cupcakes. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we like bit into them together, but we did it with the boys just because we feel like they would have been really excited. And
Yeah. Do
were.
they get what's going on?
Yes, I think they do.
A baker, I don't know if our 2-year-old fully gets it, but I think
Yeah, every time we talk
understands.
about
Probably does, yeah.
the baby in my belly, Baker points to his belly. He's like, I have a baby. I was like, no. But like, so he doesn't fully
2-year-olds are
understand.
hilarious.
I know.
Because I feel like 3's always my favorite because they're officially like a personality. 2, they're like really getting there. And then
Yes.
3, they're like just having crazy conversations with you. And you're like, oh, you're a human now.
Yes, and asking like good questions. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, I actually don't even know how to answer that question, but it's like a really good question.
Do you know what my favorite thing is with Chandler, who's my godson? Anytime he's in the why phase, like why? And so I'll say so many times, and then on the last why, when I can't do any more whys, I go, well, why do you think? And then he's like, whoa, he's like, why do I think?
That's actually a
and
good
it
tip.
makes him think, and then he has an answer, and he stops asking why. He goes, well, probably because blah blah blah. I'm like, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
you're
really
gonna be
sweet.
a great mom.
I like
That's
to
a
think
good.
so.
I'm gonna steal that. Ask them why. Why do you think? That's
Well,
good.
I stole it from one of my best friends, Bree, because she does that to her kids and it really makes them think. And then they come up
Yeah.
with their own answer and then they stop asking why.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a little trick, a little hack, if you will. Take it from geriatric Kaitlyn over here.
Geriatric Kaitlyn.
So you saw the pregnancy test and were you like,
I just had a feeling. So
Yeah.
yes,
you're like, it could have been a feeling. It could have been me throwing up every morning.
I started getting
Yeah.
a little bit queasy, but this was at like 3.5 weeks. Like I should not have had symptoms, but I just had this weird feeling. But also like
And then I got the weird feeling. I'm like, oh, no, I
we
know.
just
here we
both
go.
kind of knew.
I know this is going to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah.
Really?
But I feel like, okay, so with the cycle tracking thing, I feel like we were being safe, but we probably like could have been safer. But yes, I did ovulate.
At least you know you have a healthy marriage.
I did
But I
ovulate
should've-
early.
No, here's the deal is without giving too much information, but I should have known there was like a 24
Where's this
to
going?
30 some hour window where Lauren could not keep her hands off of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was actually sick.
Yeah.
And I'm
you're
like, what
I'm
is
not
going on right now?
Like you had a cold.
What is that phase called?
I
You
had
were
a weird-
ovulating,
Yeah.
obviously, but is
I should have also, but sometimes like that happens. I don't know. Like sometimes that can be like a bigger window for me. So I was just like, okay, well, we're fine. We're still 5 days out
Yeah,
from
yeah.
it. So I was like, but anyways,
Yeah, you asked the question, am I fine?
you're gonna have this baby and be like, how did we ever like think of not having a third? That's how it always
No,
is, right?
100%.
Yeah.
That's how it was with our second that was unplanned
Yeah.
in a way. And
Yeah.
You guys got to figure this out, or you're gonna
it's
have
like,
five.
what would we do without Baker in our lives?
Right?
Like, it's
yeah.
the best.
What is
so
the
true.
difference between Dutton and Baker's personality?
I mean, they're like yin and yang in a lot of ways, but also very similar. But Baker is probably your typical second born.
Yeah.
He's just very,
Fearless.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
but also a scaredy cat. I call him our scaredy cat because he's also like scared of a lot more. Dutton's brave in some ways, but
Yeah.
I would say socially, Baker's just like hops right in, joins right in because he has an older
Dutton's
brother to
kind of
watch.
cautious.
What, cautious?
But-
He walks into situations a lot more cautious to where Baker will like,
Bull in a china shop.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
he's ready to go
He just
in
barrels
any
in.
situation.
Guns a-blazing.
Yes,
Just
yes.
like yesterday, I played Riverfront and they came out and it was
so
Dutton's
fun.
birthday, so I was gonna sing, have the crowd sing Happy Birthday to him. He had an absolute meltdown. Baker couldn't wait to come up on stage. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
that was a good indication of their
Yes.
personalities.
That's
Yes.
so sweet.
It is funny
Like
to watch.
I would have pictured you as a girl mom, and now I can only see you as a boy,
a boy
mom.
mom.
Yeah.
I was kind of, I don't want to say like a tomboy growing up, but like I never danced, which is probably why that part of my brain is not active. But like I really only played sports and
We
like
should cue the in the video right now. You should cue a photo that I can send over of
my
Lauren
God.
in
Yes,
her
please.
basketball outfit.
there is the
please.
most
It's one of the
Please.
funniest thing I've ever
I
seen.
actually like
Nobody let me forget that.
no, like I think it's funny, but there was a long period of my 20s, most of my 20s, where I was like genuinely so embarrassed by these photos because I just was like an awkward
Yeah.
preteen and teenager. Like I didn't wear makeup. I just was like, I had arms that looked like I had not an ounce of muscle on me. Like I should not have been playing sports, but I did. I played sports for the most part. Yeah, didn't really wear makeup, collected rocks when I was younger, not like in high school.
That makes sense why our 4-year-old is now collecting rocks. So.
I was very into rocks. Like, I love to be outside. So, yeah, like, honestly, I do vibe with the boy. I feel like I could go either way, though. Like, I have both sides.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I could see that. I feel like I only see myself as a boy mom just because I know how I was growing up. And I'm like, all girls are hormonal, but my sister and I
trust me, no, the playing sports thing didn't help with the hormonal aspect.
Plus, I'm learning now at this age that we're having kids, you're going to be going through like perimenopause.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
When like the kids are going through their puberty and hormones. It's a lot.
We're all going to be going through it.
Sir.
Oh no.
Buckle up, sir. Maybe book a few writing sessions so you're gone for the week.
I feel like, with girls, I feel like too, it's more directed towards the mom, like the angst, the teenage angst.
Yes.
I wonder, is boys directed towards dad? Or still
boys
mom?
are just sweet. I feel like
so it's just not as much there.
I don't remember ever going through it. I mean, we just played sports growing up, so I don't remember ever going through any kind of weird.
Yeah, women go through it.
Well, you went through a weird phase, but just in a different way.
I mean, probably like weird looks phase for sure, but
I want pictures of both of you from what you played sports too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I need
Chris was
both.
so cute in high school.
Really?
I definitely would have pursued. You were so cute.
Aw. Were you scared at one point that you guys could have twins because you're a twin? Or
I feel like with this pregnancy, I did get a little scared because Lauren started showing very quickly. And I'm like, this is either a huge child or there's more than one in there.
And I was so sick that I actually was a little
it was just different than some of the other her other two pregnancies.
Yeah.
And especially in the fact that you showed really early.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I hope this is not more than one child.
We would have gone from 2 to 4. That would have been.
I mean, you're already.
We can confirm it is only one baby, though.
Okay,
Yes.
only one. Wait, how old is Dutton right now?
He just turned 4 yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? Oh,
Yeah. Wait, when's your birthday?
Looking at the camera
So
like
you're
he's
June
watching
too?
this. I'm June 19th. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you got a Gemini.
Yes.
And then what's Baker?
He's October 16th.
What is
Okay, October 16th. That
Scorpio?
means he's Scorpio. Yeah.
And Dad's a Scorpio.
I would say Dutton
New
is
baby's going to be a Scorpio.
Oh my gosh. And what are you, Lauren?
Aquarius.
And you're Aquarius.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't actually know a lot about it either, but I do know
only
Geminis
specific
are
ones.
What isn't it like the two?
I watched this Angelina Jolie interview the other day because she's a Gemini, and they were like, we're supposed to be known to have 2 faces, 2 different personalities, and she was like, it's more like 20. And I was like, yes,
Okay.
because it's not like good or bad. It's just so many different. I really feel like a true Gemini, but I'm also very heavy on the Cancer side with like my moon and all that chart stuff. Is like I got a lot of Cancer in there, so I'm like very emotional, but like very spicy as well.
Yeah, Dutton's. I would say he's spicy, and he does have a lot of different like sides to him, and not like you said, not good or bad.
Yeah.
Some of them are more challenging as a toddler right now, but like I can see will be a good thing as he gets older. But yes, he's very hard to figure out.
Who's the parent that lays down the lawn? Who's like good cop, bad cop? Do you guys, or do you have very similar parenting styles?
I think I am definitely more of the lay down the law. Like I give him the dad look.
Yeah,
when
the
we've had
dad look.
enough.
Oh, what does that look like? Look at the camera and give the dad look.
No, I feel like you get this like underbite.
Oh,
It's like the-
underbite. I do
Or
that.
tells me I got to underbite all the time.
Yes.
No, I do
yes.
that too when I get mad at her.
Yeah.
Yeah. The underbite is so
The
real.
underbite is scary.
Yeah. And then what
Yeah.
are you?
I mean, Lauren, when she's had enough, she will let him
No,
know.
I yes.
Yeah, that's
but I
good.
think I let him like sometimes they don't always listen to me. Like I can ask them 4 times and they won't. And I'll be like, okay,
All
I'm
right.
gonna have to go get dad. You
Yeah.
know, like I feel like
Yeah.
we maybe fall into that category a little bit, but
Yeah,
it's
or I'll
cute.
step in and say, you don't want me to get involved in this.
Do you,
Which
like,
then
you know, when
leads
you
to
just
nothing.
take on this new personality, like when you guys had a baby, were you all of a sudden like in dad mode? Like all of a sudden you're like making dad jokes or like drinking more beer and getting a belt? Like, were you just like transforming into dad? Or
Honestly, the last 3 years or 4 years now, I guess it has been have been such a blur just from exhaustion. Like,
Yeah.
it is truly hands down the most
Mm-hmm.
exhausting thing I've ever done. Because I come in off the road on
Yeah.
Sundays. Lauren needs a break, but I'm like beat
Right.
from traveling, from
Right.
not sleeping well on the bus. So then I'm just kind of fighting all week. You know, my kids are excited to see me,
Yeah.
and I've got to like be up and on and get in the floor, tackle with him, whatever it is. So yeah, I feel like the last 4 years for me specifically have been a little bit of a blur, and you're just kind of like making it through, you know what I mean? Yeah. We're just getting to the point where we felt like there's a small glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. We can understand what's wrong now. Like they can tell us what's wrong. And here we are. We're about to enter right back into
doing it all again.
Psych. That's crazy. Yeah, I can't even imagine how exhausting that is for both of you, because even if you have help, you're still being a mom 24/7. Yes. You don't get days off as a mom.
No, not the kids. As dads, we learn the boys don't, or I guess girls are probably the same way. I'm only speaking to my boys, but for those first 2 years, like they were just mommy, everything. I feel bad for the moms out there.
You're just a screen door in a submarine. You're just useless out there for a couple of years.
Honestly,
yeah. You're just like, what do I do?
Tell me what to do.
How do you like in your relationship as parents, but as a married couple, like work through resentment? Because I always think about things like, because you're at home with the kids, you're on the road. There's no like, it's like you're exhausted when you come back and you're like, but I've been exhausted from doing this. How do you two work through the resentment to like, because what's happened to me in the past is I don't fix those little, I don't repair, they call it, those little rips along the way. And then it becomes big resentment. What do you guys do?
That's actually such a good question. I feel like our communication has just gotten better, which then helps. Like,
Lauren does tell me though, my communication needs to still get better.
I feel like all of ours. Like, I feel like right at the end of the day, you're always learning as a human how to better communicate with those around you, and like you're always learning about yourself. So like until you fully understand yourself, it's hard to be like a perfect communicator. All the time.
Yeah.
But
I think for me though, I know. Hey, she's been with the boys for 3 or 4 days in a row nonstop. I've got to step in, no matter how tired I am. I've got to step in and give her a break.
Yeah.
And whether that's me getting the kids down for 2 nights in a row or whatever it may be, just even if it's just a run to the grocery store, doesn't that feel kind of like a break in a way, right?
Yeah.
Just I think just sharing more responsibilities, because there definitely was that first year was challenging. He was gone a lot.
Really?
There 100% was a lot of resentment, at least on my end, and not necessarily fairly. So like he wasn't doing anything wrong. It was just
that it happens though. You can't even help it.
No. So I think you just learn to communicate. And like he said, like I think just taking some of that mental load off my plate of like the groceries or dinner, or me not even having to ask and just like doing has helped a lot, because it was just, I think I was carrying a lot, like most moms do, or whoever the primary parent is. I feel like just carries a lot of the mental load.
Yeah, 0 to 1 though is a complete shock to anybody's system.
Right.
Yes, there's an adjustment period.
Yes, it's all the unknown, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it would be easy to resent a little bit, because it feels like, oh, he's out on the road getting to live his dream, and you know, I don't kind of have the responsibilities at home that she would have. So I can understand how that would be the case. That's why I'm like, well, I get home on Sunday, you take the time you need and I'll step in. And
you still get to have like this fun platform. Do you like doing the stuff that you do at home? Like, because you can still make, I love your videos with healthy recipes, and that salad you did that one time, I was like, drool.
No, Lauren is honestly the best cook in the entire world.
You're
I hit the absolute jackpot when it comes to food.
Wow.
Yeah, she's an incredible cook.
I mean, yes. No, I am by nature a homebody. So this was never, that helps tremendously. Yeah. Like this was never I wish I was out on the road, you know, like staying up late. Like that was never the resentment part of it. I think it was really just like the mental load that as parents we all carry, but especially whoever the primary parent is when you have a traveling spouse. I think that was more what it was. But yes, I think just forcing myself to do things, like you said, like making sure I'm still doing things that I enjoy. Yeah. Because sometimes it's easy to put your kids before everything else, yourself included. Yeah. And he is really good at reminding me, being like, go do this. Like, this is what
Lauren
you love.
is still not good about going.
But I'm getting better.
Yes.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better?
I'm getting better at not worrying so much, especially like being actually away from the kids, like for a couple nights. I feel like I've gotten better. Whereas 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So we're getting better.
So as the husband, I'm like, well, I don't know how to help you then. Like you have to like just get away for a day or two.
Right.
But if you can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do, even if they want to do
right.
it.
Yeah. It's different when you're a homebody. That's
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
We're both kind of homebodies.
Yeah. I was
Which
just
is
gonna
crazy
ask,
because I travel. I mean, most of my time is spent traveling.
I was gonna ask about life on tour because let's go backwards because you have a new album, obviously, and you haven't had a new album since what, 2018?
Yeah, 2018. Which
I think
is
that was
crazy.
right when we met too.
It was around the time we met, yeah, because it was. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
So that's a long time.
that's crazy. But isn't
I used
it?
to put. I mean, you were living in LA at the time, but. Yeah, I think that album was coming out around that time because I remember anytime Lauren would post something, I would send her a message with the heart eyes.
Okay, first of all, I was not the only girl you were doing that to. So don't act like this was like, you were really like fighting for it. No. No.
You were just handing out hard eyes like candy. Or
I
what?
already know. I don't even want to see his messages from 2018.
And were you a flirt around that time too, or were you?
I
like,
was actually dating somebody. But no,
She wouldn't give me any time of the day.
got it.
That's not true.
But honestly,
No,
I didn't care.
no.
I kept sending them.
You're like, I'm going to be persistent.
I wanted to give you the time of day. It was not a good relationship. So I was like, okay, I'm happy
Right.
that it like kind of like made me feel, it helped me actually being like, okay, there's other fish in the sea.
Yeah,
You know?
and then that was 2018.
Yeah.
And then I had two of my biggest career songs off that record, Take Back Home Girl, and then I Don't Know About You, two career-changing songs. And then Big Plans right after that. Obviously,
Great
that was
song.
years after that, right? 2019.
I remember
Yeah.
I cried when I heard that song.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like,
so
that
nice.
is really cute. And then did you propose or something? Like
Yeah.
there's
Yes.
yeah, I remember
Proposed.
crying
I
watching the
proposed
video.
in her parents' backyard.
Yes, I remember this. I saw the video. I can like see it in my head right now. And I was like,
It is
does have
crazy
big
though.
plans.
Like you had no plans of like that song wasn't supposed to be a single. Like you
Yeah.
wrote the song.
Just for
You
for
wanted to
the
write a good
moment.
song.
yeah. Oh,
Well, it originally started out as just any normal kind of love song. Mm-hmm. And we never finished the song. But I got to thinking about it. I'm like, I need a unique way. If I'm going to propose as an artist, I feel like I've got to have a unique way. And one of the things that I'm good at is songwriting.
Yeah.
And we had like a first verse and chorus of the song. But then my co-writers, I was like, well, I plan on proposing, probably 2 or 3 months, 4 months from now, whatever it may be. I didn't really have a plan together,
Yeah.
but maybe we could write a proposal in the song and I could just use this song to propose, which is probably not what the songwriters wanted to hear at the time.
Yeah, true.
They're probably like, wait a minute, we're wasting this song?
yeah. No kidding.
So true.
So yeah, it was never really meant to come out, but it is crazy how it kind of turned into a thing and
It really turned
ended up
into a
being
thing,
another
yeah.
career-changing song right
Yeah.
after I Don't Know About You. But so yeah, here I am all these years later about to release. I put out a lot of songs in between, but just
Yeah.
never made them like a record,
Yeah, and it's called Shade Tree.
Yeah, Shade Tree.
What's the meaning behind that?
So the name of the song is called Shade Tree, and it's really about my life growing up in Kernersville, North Carolina. And Lauren actually, this ended up being one of her favorite songs. I had wrote this song years and years ago, and it was just in a folder of songs that I'd written. I'd kind of forgot about it. And
Really?
one day she said, "What is this song? I love this song."
Which I
And
don't
then
even.
I got to listen to it again. I'm like, yeah, it is a great song.
You're like, wait a
It's
tip.
good. It's sweet. It just takes me like when I listen to it. I think it takes anybody back to how they grew up,
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
it's not identical to the lyrics of the song and how he grew
Yeah.
up. It just kind of takes you back to
Yeah.
whatever the way in which you grew
It's
up.
kind of like
unlocks
my
the
version of
nostalgia.
a
Very
Rascal
nostalgic,
Flatts
yes.
Mayberry.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of when I got into the studio recording the song, I said that. I'm like, this has to be my version of Mayberry in a way. So Dan Huff, who recorded all of those songs, I'm like, we got to kind of marry what I do, but bring back some of those old Rascal Flatts kind of vibes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was at CMA Fest the other night and I was watching them and I'm just like,
Oh yeah,
Rascal Flatts,
So
they're
good.
just classic.
Yeah, they're so
Classic.
good.
You toured with them, right?
Yeah, I toured with them all year so far. That tour just
Sold out.
ended not long ago. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
incredible.
How fun.
They're so much fun.
Are they?
All three of them are so full of personality. Aren't they just...
yes, and I'm like they get after it, and I'm like, how do y'all have so much energy? Like I hope
Yeah.
to have that level of just like you said, charisma, personality, energy.
I feel like just when the boys get together on a bus, and you're just like, yeah, and you just like go out. I feel like this is part of my Gemini. Like I could go. Like, say when I was touring for the Dancing with the Stars, like, I'm like, I could live the bus life. And I'm like, going for it. And then I'm home and I'm like, I think I'm a homebody. Yeah. And then I like, I'm like, I think I'm a rock star. Like, I like just switch personalities at all times. Like, I can just kind of take on whichever role I
You're
decide.
Flexible.
Yeah, flexible.
You're flexible.
Yeah, I just roll with the punches. Yeah, right. I'm not that flexible. But I do. Like, I feel like I can take on so many different things. I actually just wrote a song about heartbreak. You guys all write love songs. I write the sad shit.
How often are you writing? Are you writing a lot?
I want to do it so much more because every time I do it, I'm like, wow, my cup is full.
Yeah.
Floweth over.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Is it like therapeutic? Right? Obviously, I'm not a songwriter, but is it like helping?
I feel like you just sit in that room and like conversations. There's like nothing off the table. You're so vulnerable. Yeah. Nobody's judging you for anything. And then you're just like putting it to some music. And I'm like, it's so cool. I love it so much. I'm like not a Is
that something you've always wanted to do?
So I grew up doing theater and I really liked singing. Like I love singing, dancing. That's like my favorite thing in the world is anything theater. Like I go to New York and I'm just like, I love theater. But I never really thought about making music or putting out music until I moved to Nashville. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I could like take some voice lessons. And then I started taking voice lessons. And then I met people through the songwriting industry. And then I wrote a couple songs and I was like, I don't like, by any means, I'm not like, this is my career, but I enjoy it so much. And when I did record, I actually took a video of me listening to my song back. And then I bawled my eyes out watching myself because I forgot I was recording myself. And I was just sitting like that. And I was like kind of singing along and I was kind of getting emotional. And then I was like, you could tell I was like it looked like I was a proud parent watching her little girl. And then so I'm like, my inner child. But I was so proud of myself because I was like, that's a pretty deep song. And like, I feel like a lot of people are going to relate to it. And that's another thing. Like when you finish a song, you're just like, oh, people are going to relate to that. Like whether it is like.
Your songs are like your kids in a way.
Yeah, they really are. And you kind of like, I always say this to musicians, like you bring so many people together and it might be a complete different story than what you meant, but somebody can always find like a related meaning to it.
Yeah. 100%.
And it like brings people together and it like makes people feel, and I just think it's so cool.
It is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And it's like an art. I mean, it truly is an art. When I see songwriters, like when I just listen to songs, I'm just like, whoa, like, because if I try to, Chris will be like, do you have any song ideas for me? And I'm like, no, like my brain just does not work like that. It really is like a talent.
Lauren accidentally gave me one of my favorite songs I've ever written. She accidentally gave me
what song?
What am I supposed to tell the dog?
I gave you that idea?
Yeah. She jokingly said to me one day.
Not on purpose.
She was mad at me, but I can't even remember what it was. But she said, if something ever happens to us, I'm keeping Cooper, which is our dog. And I'm like, wait.
We only had one dog at the time. We have two now.
That sounds like a great song idea. It's country music. How have I never heard that before? Yeah. Like couples get a dog together and then they break up and then it's like, who gets to keep the dog?
Me.
Yeah, that's what all girls say. Exactly. So then I wrote that idea down on my phone. I was out on the mower. I'm like, how can I write this song? And I just wrote down on my phone, what am I supposed to tell the dog? Like the other person that it loves is just randomly out of its life.
Oh, Pino's like, this is
how does he know?
Pino's triggered.
He knows.
He's triggered.
Are we bringing up hard movies?
Yeah. He's like, how come I never got the conversation?
We'll play you the song.
Yes. Yeah.
This episode of Off the Vine is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. I always want to say that. Okay, listen, if you are anything like me, planning a trip means juggling a million preferences because I want a cute vacation home with big natural light for the makeup, obviously, a spa tub for some serious unwinding, and somewhere close to good food because I love trying new restaurants. And somehow, Booking.com always delivers. Whether you're booking for yourself, for your girlfriends, or your family group chat that can't agree on anything, been there. Booking.com has stays that fit everyone's vibe. Now they've got hotels, they have vacation rentals, even spots that are pet friendly, which is always a feature I love on Booking.com because I always put the filter on that looks for places that allow me to bring ramen and Pinot. Oh, I love traveling with them. So yeah, if I can find my perfect stay with all my non-negotiables, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. Okay, if you're looking to make cleaner, non-toxic switches as we head into summer, your skincare routine is the perfect place to start. So a lot of people's favorites right now, Dime Beauty. It was founded by a master esthetician and offers simple spa-worthy products made with clean, non-toxic ingredients. They've got 4 amazing categories: skincare, body care, beauty, and fragrance, so you can feel good about what you're putting on your skin. And okay, right now I'm obsessed with their Wonder Screen SPF 30. It's a clean mineral sunscreen with 19% zinc oxide, so it protects against UVA and UVB rays without feeling greasy or leaving that weird white cast. And they've got tinted glow shades too, which I love, so it doubles as makeup. Love a multitasker. Also, their new Nourishing Cleansing Oil is everything. It's like this luxurious oil, and it melts away makeup, sunscreen, and whatever the day throws in your face, and it leaves your skin just so soft and fresh. So these products are legit. Thousands of glowing reviews, an absolute ride or die customer base as well. So revive your skin and give yourself a clean routine refresh that you deserve. Go to dimebeautyco.com today. That's dimebeautyco.com, dimebeautyco.com. I also heard that you wrote 8 of the 12 tracks.
Yeah.
Which, being in a room where I'm like, I could play like maybe, which I guess is they say all you need, but I could play 4 chords on a guitar. I'm like, I can somewhat sing. I'm not like Carrie Underwood by any means. But when I'm in a room with musicians, I'm always just so inspired because I'm like, you can just write and like do that and then put it to
it's crazy.
You know, pick up a guitar and be like, let's just do this. I'm so impressed by it. And for you to write 8 of the 12 songs, like, is that just part of like you as an artist? You're like, I am a writer.
Yeah, I think to my core, when I first came to town, I had only written songs by myself. It was a very eye-opening experience when I started getting in with, I was kind of lucky right when I first got to town. You know, I was able to go out on tour of Florida Georgia Line, and
so cool.
I was getting the biggest and best rights in town because I was doing everything on my own in North Carolina, where I was selling out every single show that I would play. So that's how I ended up getting a record deal and coming to Nashville.
That's so cool.
But then I get put into the room with all these amazing guys who have had, you know, 20, 25, 30 number ones.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh my gosh, I don't know how to write a song. Like I was so intimidated.
Yeah.
Did you speak during those rights? Do you remember?
Not much. I think I was always scared to say something dumb.
Yeah.
And in the sense of, I felt like maybe I wouldn't get the invite back.
Yeah.
Now that I've learned,
you can't
say anything dumb.
Yeah,
you literally can't because it could spark something.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I wish I had kind of knew that coming in, but I was able to learn fast. Obviously, I knew how to write songs, but not in the way that these guys who have had all that success. So I was able to learn.
It's intimidating
really fast.
for sure,
but that's fun though. Yeah,
that's good that you can like use it as inspiration instead of being like, I'm out.
Nothing creative would exist if people were scared or of feeling dumb or looking stupid, because literally like anything new or innovative or creative is like so vulnerable. But like if people like if you didn't do that, we wouldn't have art, we wouldn't have innovations, like we wouldn't have iPhones.
What are you scared? What are you scared of doing? What are you holding back on?
No, I'm just kidding.
What is it? Well, both of you. Is there something? 'Cause now I'm turning all Mel Robbins.
my gosh.
I'm like, is there something that you guys are scared to do that you haven't done?
That's so
You're
funny.
Mel Robbins and us.
you.
I don't think so. No.
Because I do feel like some people are just the kind of people like myself too, where I tell myself to just do it scared. I always say I'm scared. I'm going to do it anyways, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a lot of times people will be like, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So there are, and I think that's what actually makes people like, you are successful. You got to go on this show. You got to have this platform. You get to like sell things and do what you want and share things online. And you're an artist. And I think it is to those people who are not afraid to do something scared and outside of their comfort zone, kind of like breaks open a new door.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And puts you in this position. And now you've got a new album coming out and we're all very excited about it.
No, I'm so excited. Obviously, like we said, it's been 2018, but I'm so proud of every single song.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my best record. I know every artist says this about the new stuff that they're putting out, but I truly do feel like it's not because I'm a writer, but I just feel like every single song is one of the best I've had yet. So
that's a huge accomplishment to even feel that way, because a lot of people will be like, oh, I got 1 or 2 that might pop, but like to feel like 12 songs is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many more that I've already started working on, just to get out right after this batch of music, I think is the idea. But
how often do you write?
I mean, it's probably been at least a month since my last write at this point, just because I've been in album mode, like all the last finishing touches, the social media aspect of it, which feels like it takes so much freaking time. It's just it's so different than when I first came to town compared to what what
would it be like before now? Yeah, what's the difference?
That's actually a good question.
Adding all the social media into it, but what did it look like before social media?
Music
radio
video.
Tours.
Yeah, you did a music video to it. You were out on tour, and then you did interviews. Like you go to New York or LA and do like a media run of things.
Right.
A bunch of radio stuff, like radio interviews, all that kind of stuff. You would block out basically a whole week to knock all that stuff out. But now there's just, with the social media aspect of it and how it's exploded with TikTok and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, as a guy who just turned 40, I'm like, I feel so ridiculous, like doing all this stuff. It's insane.
I don't. I just did a dance and thought about how I ain't got no panties on in a bathing suit. I'm 40, just out here acting like I'm 15.
Well,
still.
it goes back to the don't feel
dumb,
don't feel silly though. Just like, do it.
Just lean into the
be
TikToks.
yourself though. You gotta. I get what you're saying. Like you don't want to try to do something that doesn't feel like you. You have to find your way of doing it.
Yeah. Do you have TikTok?
Yes. Do I know how to work it? No.
That's kind of awesome. Well, I think you probably have people that could help you with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll shoot the content and then somebody puts it together. And
because you guys are also so funny together. My producer was like, ask them if they would ever do a duet together. And I was like, have you heard Lauren sing Silent Night?
Yeah.
A duet? Oh my gosh.
No, here's the honest, if I could answer this question honestly.
Yes.
I feel like Lauren kind of has a good voice.
No, I do not.
No, I swear, like when I hear her sing, I'm like, whoa, like she stays in better pitch than I do.
Really?
I don't even know what pitch is, so I don't know what that means.
No, she can kind of sing.
Really?
Yeah. So
were you just being
I feel like
silly
she
with
would
the
do
Silent
good.
Night?
Like, I mean,
yes, I was being silly. Yes.
With all the technology that they have, like you could, they can fix any notes.
Well, I believe that part of it, but
so
no,
you would sound good. We should do it just for fun.
But then I get on stage to sing live and people will be like, what? It's so funny. Our personalities, like, I am not a performer, Kaitlyn. Like, I want to be in the audience.
Yeah.
I want to be cheering everybody on.
Yeah.
Drinking a beer.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not a performer. Like, the stage is seriously, like, my worst fear.
Oh, that's like my happy place. I'm like, put me on a stage.
When Lauren and I first started dating, she used to have to come out on stage all the time because the whole crowd would just be chanting her name nonstop.
Which was so nice. But even just walking on the stage and the lights on me, like, oh my gosh, it just feels so, I feel like my skin is crawling. Like, I can't explain it. Like, it's like a genuine fear.
A lot of people have that fear. It's not.
Yes.
That's pretty normal.
There's
pretty rare that people love a stage.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that like what it's called?
I have the
Stage
opposite. Whatever. I have the opposite. I'm like attention seeking on stage.
Exactly.
Like, you're energized by it.
I love to walk out on the stage.
Oh, same. That moment. And like, even yesterday, Saturday, I was hosting a workout for CMA Fest, and the crowd was like so quiet, and I was like, God, I was like, I'm like
that doesn't like
just a workout.
Rattle you at all.
Jeez, lady,
you're scaring us.
Oh my gosh!
Stop it, lady! You're scaring us.
That's so fun. No, it is. It has to be like an actual personality trait. Like, you either have that, or I don't think it's like a learned thing.
No,
you're either an entertainer or you're not.
Yeah,
I mean, I grew up singing and dancing, loving being on stage. So, and I do, like, obviously being an artist is in your blood. Like, was your brother into it?
Yes. I mean, it's honestly kind of weird. Neither one of us played music our entire life. We played sports. We played sports and both played college baseball. I had ended up with injuries that kind of hurt my chances at moving on after college. He got drafted to play professionally, decided not to play. And then I moved home after college, and that's when I had to go back for one class, so an extra semester for one class to graduate in the 4.5 years. And during all my downtime, because I was done with sports, like I didn't have anything going on during the day. So I would practice playing guitar in my room all day long until my hands just couldn't stand playing anymore. Corey, my twin brother at the time, had a girlfriend, so he spent all his time with the girlfriend. I spent all my time working on like learning how to do all this and like figuring out how to sing and play at the same time.
Wow.
And so yeah,
so you didn't like grow up in the family band and do like the whole thing?
No one in my family is musical.
Wow.
This was like early college and then early 20s. It is kind of a wild story.
Yeah, that actually is.
Because I feel like most people, like, you grow up doing some aspect of music or performing.
I love singing along to the radio. And like, I was a huge Kenny Chesney fan. I'd go to all the country concerts and be like, man, this is awesome.
Kenny Chesney is the best.
I mean,
live.
It's incredible.
My God, I've been to so many of so good. Yeah. And then you were like, I think I could do this.
I mean, I never really thought I can do this, but I just enjoyed playing the guitar. And I would learn every Kenny Chesney song under the sun, every Eric Church, Al Dean, you name it. Like, just my favorite artists. I would sit there and learn their songs all day long. And then there was this open mic night that we had there in Charlotte where I went to school on Wednesday nights. And I'd go up there and all the sorority girls would be like, oh my God, you're so good. Like, you should do something with this.
And you're like...
And I'd let one of their sorority sisters come up and sing Taylor Swift. So they'd come out every single time. I learned if I let her get up and sing some Taylor Swift songs, they will come out and they'll hype me up the whole time.
What made you want to do the open mic night, though? Like, you just were like, let me just try this?
Yeah, like you got like 3 or 4 songs. A buddy of mine on the baseball team would go up there and also do it. And he wasn't that great. So I thought, I mean, I could get up there and do this. If he can get up there and do it, I could get up there and do it. So the first time I did it, I'd put together like this. I was always really good at putting together mashups.
Oh, I love a mashup.
And I had this hip hop.
Yeah, wait, you should bring that back.
Yeah, you should.
I had this hip hop mashup that I came up with that had like 15 hip hop songs in it, and I would play it on my acoustic, and people loved it. Like they freaking loved it. So every time I'd finish, everybody'd be like, "Bro, you're awesome! Like you got to pursue music." And honestly, when I graduated and moved back home, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start a cover band. For fun. And so my twin brother at the time was like, well, I'll learn how to play the drums. He never played drums in his entire life.
Stop. And he learned?
It's so funny.
And he learned, and then I just got some shows playing in front of people. And
I bet your parents or like grandparents did have it in their blood. They just didn't know it.
100%.
Because you don't just pick up guitar and drums.
No, I agree.
And form a family band and tour the countryside like that.
Yeah, no, it is pretty crazy how I think just from playing sports though, like you learn if you want to do something, if you're going to put the time into it, you work as hard as you possibly can at that.
That is an athlete mentality for sure.
But the way it happened at the end of the, I know I said this a little bit earlier, but I started that cover band, and like 3 years into that, every time I went to play a show, and I was playing 3 or 4 shows a day, like I quit doing landscaping for my dad, like I could make money just playing music.
Yeah.
So sometimes I was playing 4 or 5 times a week, but for 4 hours at a time. It was insane. I can't imagine.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
doing
4
that
hours
now.
Straight? Like,
yes. Well, I would take a break, but you'd play 3 sets, but it would be a 4-hour set. You know what I mean?
oh my God.
Wow.
It was
So you
tough
played the
nights.
same set just 3 times?
No. No.
you'd
It'd be a
switch it
different
up?
set every single time. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
But
Yeah, that's
I
hardcore.
built
That's
up
long.
such a massive following in the Carolinas, and then I was able to branch out into like South Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Yeah.
And when I was playing in front of that many people every night in North Carolina, I decided that's when I was like, maybe I should write my own music, and that's what ultimately ended up working out. Those songs are terrible.
Wait,
I
can we
love-
dig
Oh,
up one?
they are
Yeah,
How do we find?
Tell me like a chorus of one of the worst songs.
I don't even
you've
know
ever-
if I've heard them ever.
Like-
So we need to like
I mean,
find
yeah,
them somewhere.
they were bad. They were really bad. Back then, I was called Chris Lane Band because I never thought I'm going to get a record deal. I'm going to get signed. I never put thought into the name. So then, when I did get signed, they're like, "Well, we're going to take the band off the end of the name," because it was always just me. You know what I mean? And
Wait, so was that your pinch me moment when you signed with a record label? You're like, I'm doing it.
Well, I think honestly, it kind of, but I think the real moments were when Nashville started flying out to watch me play.
Yeah.
I'd never even been here before, but people would come up to me after the show saying, I'm such and such. We've been hearing your name all over town. So we wanted to come check it out and see what it was about.
Who, like, was it social media spreading it, or was it like
social
the
media
club
wasn't
promoters?
really a thing way back then.
So how did they get wind? Was it like club promoters who were like, you should come listen?
Club promoters. So all the national acts who had songs on the radio here in Nashville would go play the honky tonks in these small towns. And a lot of those venues I was playing as Chris Lane Band and an unsigned act, but I was selling them out by myself. So when they would have so that's, the promoters were like, this Chris Lane guy is selling out my club, and whoever's coming from Nashville didn't, and they've got songs on the radio. So that's
crazy.
How word started getting around. Like, who's this guy doing it all on his own?
You got here from word of mouth? That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy. Yeah, no social media.
But it was happening back then because Brantley Gilbert did the same exact thing. He has a very similar way that he got signed because he was selling out all those same clubs there, like Coyote Joe's in Charlotte, all the big rooms in Georgia. And everybody's like, whoa, like this guy's doing it. Like, when they can attach to something that's already kind of working, it makes it, I guess, a lot more appealing to want to sign somebody. So
that makes sense.
That's ultimately how it happened for me. So when I signed there at Big Loud, they immediately put me out on tour of Florida Georgia Line, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. I can't believe this is happening to me.
Yeah, they're huge.
All right, everybody knows my bestie in Nash, Kat, by now. She works at a skincare clinic. She's an injector. She's always on her feet. She's always moving, and yet she always looks so freaking cute doing it. And I always see her wearing these cute pink Figs scrubs. And I remember the first time she showed up in this super sleek tailored set, I was like, wait, those are scrubs? If you are in healthcare, you probably already know Figs is the real deal. And if you don't, let me just say that these are made for the actual MVPs. They are lightweight, breathable, antimicrobial, and stretchy enough to handle everything from back-to-back patients to sprinting across the ER. God, you guys are heroes. But the fit is really what gets me. These aren't just your stiff, boxy throwback scrubs. Figs has super cute styles and colors with functional details like pockets and zippers that actually make sense for your day. So whether you are in the ER or at a clinic or grabbing a coffee post shift, do it in Figs. Right now, if you go to wearfigs.com and use the code FIGSRX, you can get 15% off your first order. That's wearfigs.com, promo code FIGSRX. This episode of Off the Vine is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play today, thank you, smart choice. And you know who else loves a smart choice? Progressive. They actually make it super easy to make smarter choices when it comes to car insurance, thanks to a tool called Auto Quote Explorer. So it lets you compare your Progressive quote side by side with rates from other top companies so that you can skip the endless research and just pick what works best for you. And honestly, who doesn't love saving time and money? So once you're done listening to this episode, maybe while you're still sipping on your wine or coffee or walking the dog or whatever you're doing, head over to progressive.com and check it out. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Who's like your dream person to, besides Lauren, duet with?
Kenny Chesney.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean,
really
I would love that. I think outside of country, I was a huge Tori Kelly fan, and to be able to get her on Take Back Homegirl was
her
massive
voice is
insane
for me.
Oh yeah, when we would play the Tonight Show or Fallon, we did quite a few of those. I would always she'd make me so nervous because I'm like, I do not belong in the same vocal category as her.
She is, and that, like, can you even believe that? Like, oh, when I was doing the Fallon show with Tori Kelly, like, what?
Just casual.
It's so cool.
Yeah, to come from Kernersville, North Carolina, doing what I was doing, playing at little restaurants, you know, in the very beginning.
No,
know that how all this happened is weird. Like, it's crazy to me.
I always try to remind Chris, because I feel like as an artist or any creative or just any driven person, it's easy to
think of what's next instead of what you've done.
Or like focus on where you want to be versus like almost you're just so focused on the future that you forget how far you've come, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's easy for
very
anybody
easy to do, but I think especially in music, like there's always someone new, and it's just like it is a lot. But I feel like even just the story you just told, like, you should be so proud.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I think I am proud, but at the end of the day, everybody, I mean, you always want to make that next big step in your career. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's music or whatever you're doing. You always want to be moving forward. And I think that's a natural feeling that anyone would feel no matter what they're doing, right?
Yeah. You said this album is more you than anything you've ever put out before. What does that mean, and what does that symbolize to you?
I think more me in the sense of because with my first 2 records, I only wrote maybe 3 or 4 songs because I was out on tour so much back then and grinded, like in between radio shows, touring. I didn't write a ton back then. So thankfully I was getting pitched a lot of great outside songs. But for this record, I got to put every ounce of myself into it and kind of take my time. And just make it me. I mean, I feel like Shade Tree is just, again, it feels like one of those songs that, is about the way I grew up, but also is the reason that I'm the husband that I am, the man that I am, the father I am, all these kind of things, which also played into the relationships that I had before Lauren, you know what I mean, and how I handled those things. So I think a lot of the songs just kind of reflect that.
That's cool. I love the storytelling of music. Is there a song that you either have as a favorite or you're like, people are going to be be by this one or love?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You're really pumping my tires on this podcast. You keep being like, great question. I'm like, thanks.
Pumping my tires?
Thank you. Yeah, pumping.
No, that's a great question. I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I love all of his music, and then I also, like, if he'll be like, what do you think of this, I'm also honest too.
She's
so any
definitely
song,
honest, whether I want to hear that or not.
and not in a mean way, but I'll be like, yeah, it's not my favorite, but like, so I'm honest. So every obviously song on this album I love and have always liked. I love Shade Tree because I think, like I said, it kind of is nostalgic for anybody, no matter how you grew up. It just takes you back to your hometown and whatever it was that shaped you as a person. But also it takes me to his hometown, which I love, and I'm not from the South. So like just the imagery in the song and the lyrics, just I love it because it really is like,
found that one.
I love that song so much. But
I mean, I probably would have never recorded that song. You write so many songs that sometimes you lose sight of ones that you've written that are honestly great songs. So if it wasn't for her, I would have probably accidentally skipped that one and never even remembered that I wrote it.
It's just.
Does she get 10%?
Yeah.
She should, yeah.
She should. Indirectly.
That's, indirectly, I guess.
There's also, randomly, I guess this might be a surprise because obviously we're happily married, but there's a breakup song on there that I like too. I mean, I truly like every single song.
That's cool.
If I Die Before You is so good, and obviously that's very personal and kind of reminds me of just like how much we love each other, but I really like a breakup song on there called Whiskey Wanted. It's a breakup song, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, Lauren does like that one.
Which I'm not going through a breakup, but I love it. So I'm excited to hear your breakup song.
It's
I love a breakup song. I do.
I mean, look at Taylor Swift. They're all breakup songs.
I could be in the happiest relationship, and I'm like,
same. Yeah,
like driving as though
because
like,
everyone's been through a breakup.
Yes,
that you can, like the song that I'm putting out. Everyone will be like, been there.
Yes.
Like it's. And if you haven't, you're very lucky. But
true,
you know,
true.
It's even this hearing you say like it reminds me of how much we love each other. I'm like, that's really.
Sometimes in marriage, though, you need to be reminded.
Well, yes, it's not even marriage, just relationships in general. I mean, they're hard. Relationships are hard. And then last question is, are you more nervous or more excited to put this out after such a long gap?
A little bit of both, but I think mostly just excitement. Like, I think these songs are really going to, I pride myself on putting together a really good show. Like, after watching my favorite artist all these years put on his concerts, like, I've been able to piece together my set. Like, I'm like, what would Kenny Chesney do? So I feel like my bread and butter of my artistry is my live show.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these songs are really going to help my live show take it to the next level.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So the album comes out June 20th.
June 20th.
Yeah. And then are you going to be going on tour?
Yeah. So I'm kind of doing fairs, festivals, which is what most artists do for the summers. And then for the fall, I'll just continue touring. Like I've got 4 shows the week this comes out, 3 the next. So taking it back to the early days when you release a record, you're just out on the road, you're playing it in front of people, and just taking that approach for the fall, and then figuring out what to do for next year as well.
November.
Yeah, minus November. It'll be Daddy Needs to Be Home time.
Thunder. Yeah. So November. When is your due date?
November 12th.
November 12th. Okay.
And my birthday is November 9th.
Ooh, so a lot of Scorpio in the house. Okay,
Yes.
crazy.
Watch out.
Watch out. I was like, I said that was the last question, but one more thing is I want to know about these characters that you're doing on. What are these characters that you're doing on social media? What is this?
I mean, honestly, it all happened because my team's like, bro, like you got to get on social media. Like you got to be doing, you know what I mean? Like keeping up with everybody's doing
it's
social media stuff.
Part of the biz now.
Yeah. And so as an attempt to try to do something that is just more my personality, like I can do like 1 or 2 sing to the camera videos, but I personally just don't like that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, fair enough.
I can't like make myself want to do that.
Like you don't feel connected to that.
I don't feel connected to that kind of content.
I respect that you don't do what doesn't feel you though, because that comes across so easily on social media. I mean, how many people are out there trying so hard and you're like, I'm getting icky heebie-jeebies because you can see through that shit. So I like that you are staying true to yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
By doing
I will
characters.
always do that. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, it just came on the whim of, I'm like, well, what can I do to show my personality? And so I kind of just, there was no plan. I had no character in mind. I just grabbed crap out of my closet. But I the
feel
2
like
girls that were, that helped me shoot content for songs, I'm like, all right, well, just film me and let's see if anything happens.
Yeah.
So the first thing I ever did was shot the guy who was the oil change guy, whatever that you call that, like the car
mechanic.
guy.
Yeah.
The mechanic.
Right?
Oh yeah, the mechanic.
Okay.
And to see how much interaction that got, not only from fans but from a lot of other artists. I'm like, whoa, like that hasn't happened in a long time. So then I turned into the 90s baseball dad because I had those pair of shorts and shaved my sideburn. Like I didn't have.
You committed to the bit.
Yeah, I committed to the bit, but I didn't have a bit in mind. I just said, let's go out and shoot something and piece it together.
Yeah.
But I feel like you gathered inspo from people that you knew in your life, right? Like your dad.
Oh yeah, the reason it became so easy for me is because I was pretending to be my dad.
It's like I didn't want to say it, but like
Yeah, I was pretending to be my dad, so it made it very simple. But yeah,
who is like the funniest. Like I wish Tony Lane could be sitting in my spot right now. Like
Really?
your podcast, #1 in the world. He's like seriously the funniest, but he's not trying to be funny.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
makes it funny.
Oh, I would have a field day with that. I love when people don't try and be funny and they're just hilarious.
So funny.
So yeah, it all just stemmed from that and trying to put something out on social media. So
And enjoy. I feel like you were like, if I'm going to have to do this, I want to at least enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to show your personality on social media and not feel like you're doing something like that isn't authentic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then fast forward like, weeks after all of that, it was Halloween and I went to go do a show in Birmingham for one of the radio stations. There was like 6 of us artists on the show.
Yeah.
And I decided to dress up as this like 90s guy with the same burns that I'd shaved in my face and just had on that like old cowboy style shirt, black jeans, snakeskin boots.
Yeah.
And cigarette hanging off my lip because that's my dad to a D. He just always had a cigarette no matter what. And Zach Top was on that show and he was like, whoa, like, is this the new Chris Lane? And I was like, no, I'm just trying to be funny. He's like, dude, we got to give this guy a name. So then he was like, you look like your name would be Casey Leroy.
Okay.
So then I was like, honestly, I kind of like
Casey
that.
Leroy
He was like, you got to do something with this guy.
Yeah.
So then I used that and gave the guy a name. And the hardest part about shooting all of that is if I shave this, it doesn't grow back fast enough. So when I do that, I've got to like commit.
You really do commit.
Lauren thinks I look disturbing. She hates it.
There's got to be a way where we can like
Glue on some hair.
Yeah.
Glue on some hair.
Yeah, but then it would feel inauthentic.
Yeah.
Okay, you act like it's just me. You're a little bit anal about your facial hair in your hair when you're playing shows.
Yeah, but honestly, I wanted to keep the burns on it. It was a different
yeah.
vibe.
Burns are don't do it. She see me look like no, not
every
the
day
burns.
Lauren would be like, please, can you just please shave that?
Facial hair is such a thing though. Like it really does make or break a face, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just they were like the
I know, 'cause
long
I've got
sideburns that like go down to here. It was a
They're called chops.
Yeah, the chops.
Chops.
Oh yeah. My dad still rocks a mustache, and if he ever got rid of it, I would cry.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
like
like
a
so
mustache.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a mustache.
Yeah, love a mustache.
Doesn't matter what the age is.
Yeah.
So where can people find the new album, your tour dates? Like, do you have like a website?
Yeah.
Obviously, go to your social media.
Yeah. I mean, mostly on social media, but for tour dates and all that kind of information is usually IamChrisLane.com, I believe.
Amazing. I'm so excited to hear it.
Thank you very much.
And your song?
June 18th.
When's it
come out?
Right? Did you
I'm
say June 18th?
competing with you, June 19th.
Let's
19th.
go.
Okay.
That is awesome.
No, I don't know if I can get everything together by the 19th, but I'm
That's your
going to
birthday, right?
yeah, because I was like, okay, nothing. This is so classic, Kaitlyn. Mel tells me to write a song like so long ago, and I'm like, oh shit, it's June. I should probably write that.
Let's go. You just wrote it?
Yeah, like
oh my gosh,
I wrote it a couple weeks ago, and then we recorded it like a couple days ago. Thank you guys so much for coming on. It was so good to see both
Thanks
of you
for having
and,
us.
and hang out.